the biggest thing that you can do to protect your peace and productivity is to analyze and limit what inputs you're taking in. I've been realizing over the past few months that all the content that I've been absorbing on Instagram, on YouTube, it's not serving me whatsoever. It's actually making me anxious. It's making me unhappy. It's making me very pessimistic about the future. And while it's good to be aware about what's going on in the world, you don't need to take in every piece of news or every streamer or every, political pundit on YouTube. All it's going to do is make you feel nihilistic and make you feel like the world is ending. Throughout history, there have always been new challenges and, new forms of social collapse. Things constantly adapt and change. Of course, the elites are always pushing for control. Of course, things are always getting shifted around. But what people don't realize is that when these plans happen, they're always met with resistance. People think, we're all gonna be like enslaved to AI, etc. These type of really doomsday-like scenarios. It doesn't always work out, as perfectly as the people who want control are planning it. Like, think about this whole metaverse thing that, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta did. It was gonna be the new Meta. It was gonna be the new, world order. Was gonna be everything happens in the metaverse. Oh, you get real estate in the metaverse. If you're not in the metaverse, you're behind, etc. And what happened? It completely flopped. It never went anywhere. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that these control operations by, global elites and things aren't going to be a problem. But just thinking, AI is going to take over and we're all going to die and, we're going to be enslaved. All these things, it's not going to get you anywhere. The best thing that you can do, you have to shift your mindset from thinking about things on a macro scale to thinking about what you can do on a micro scale, what you can change in your own life to actually increase your chances of adapting and overcoming any type of, circumstances that may arise. But right now, all the information I've been taking in has just been, oh my God, things are gonna be over. The politicians are destroying us, watching body cam footage, like all these things. And the thing about them is they're addicting. It's addicting to get into like negative content loops. That outrage loop, it's very addicting. But the thing is, it's not serving any of us. All that it's doing is distracting us and making us feel alienated, making us feel nihilistic and like things aren't going to work out. So what I would say the best thing you can do is shift your focus from that macro doomsday, mindset to adapting and creating a vehicle for yourself to, get out of that, wage slavery, get out of that. The people that are going to overcome these things are the people that are wealthy, the people that are independent, have their own income streams, the people that are adaptable. So just really watch what inputs you're taking in. Content is so addicting these days. It's designed to be so addicting. It's rage bait. It's all this stuff. It's really hard to break those loops, but I know since I've been able to break other really common identity loops and addiction loops in my life, like smoking weed, like all these other things, I know that I can break out of this one too, and I know that it's going to serve me very well in the long run. Another thing that you could do to reduce noise and anxiety and also help yourself be more successful is to eliminate the shiny object syndrome, eliminate all these schemes and plans and things that are coming out online. Like if you just scroll your Reels feed, I bet you have 10 people, if you don't use this AI model, and you don't use this method and go to this .ai site and create this marketing scheme, you're an idiot. You're gonna miss out on millions of dollars. You just see that all day and you're like, why am I not doing that? Why am I not making millions of dollars by being an AI avatar or being a guy and making AI to pretend like I'm a girl and scamming people for it? And the reason is because that's not aligned with your soul, and that's not what we're put on this earth to do. Maybe some of these get rich quick schemes do work, I don't know. But all I know is that you need to block out that noise and you need to actually focus on your aligned mission. For me, my aligned mission is building a personal brand, identity coaching, all these things. And is that an online business? Yes, absolutely. So am I taking advantage of this kind of online gold rush that we're in? Yes. But am I chasing every marketing scheme or growth operating AI, all that stuff? No. What I'm doing is I'm looking at my skills. What am I good at? Okay, I've actually made a transformation of my own. I'm helping some of my friends to do the same. I'm taking these things that are already a part of my life and I'm seeing how that I can implement them through content, through online spaces, through coaching, things like that. So I would advise you to take the skills and the alignment that you already have, because if you try to do something that's too outside of your wheelhouse, there's going to be too much friction and you're just going to give up. I mean, if it was so easy to make money online, and you can still use AI, you can use ChatGPT to draw out a plan to actually look into what your strengths and what your skills can build you. So I think the best way to level up and get rich in 2026 is not to chase the newest AI, hot idea. You can utilize AI as a tool, but it's to create a plan, that can probably use the internet. You can probably launch an online business or an online skill, but use one, that aligns with your soul, with your message, that you would feel proud about putting out into the world, that has longevity. And the way you can begin to do that is you can block out these negative messages, and you can block out the noise of politics. You can block out the noise of entertainment, streamers, like I said, YouTube, all these things. And then you can actually start to have some mental clarity and see where you want to go and see where you want to take this thing. So once again, with self-improvement, it's not about what you can add, it's about what you can subtract. So subtract the political outrage, subtract the noise, subtract the get-rich-quick schemes and gurus, and focus on one thing that you can do, one vehicle, one funnel, one business. Focus on just one thing. We see these ICE protesters that are getting killed and stuff right now. And I'm not saying they deserve to be killed or anything. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a guy who's trying to become successful. That's why I don't care about sports either, because they do not serve me in my mission. What serves me in my mission is continuing to develop myself, to continuing to develop my income skills. So do you think these people, are glad that they're going out and getting killed because they were rage baited online and they got so mad that they went out there and tried to block ICE from doing, their job, basically? Not saying that I agree with either faction here, but that's not going to serve you. What I want to do, I want to be free. I want to be wealthy. I want to live life on my own terms. I don't want to go out here and get mad about every little political thing and every new political thing that happens. I have my own opinions. I have my own things that I care about. But the number one thing I care about is me and my success. And if you don't care about you and your success, no one else can. No one else will. Is there anyone on the street corner protesting saying, oh, Evan needs to make $1 million a year. Evan needs to make $1 million. No, they're not. So I'm the one who's got to protest. I'm the one who's got to advocate for myself. I don't have time to advocate for other things right now. So just block out that political outrage, block out that shiny object syndrome, and lock in on one thing that will get you to where you want to be.